You ready?
Oh, sorry. I won't clap.
No, it's okay. We can do it together.
Oh, that was so good. That was really good. Wow.
Wow.
Professionals.
Love. Well, welcome to the God's Honest Truth podcast. I'm your host, Sierra. And today I have one of my lovely friends here, Bliss. And we're going to talk about family relationships. We're going to talk about family members who have addiction. We're going to talk about raising your siblings. And most importantly, we're also going to talk about forgiving someone that you can't talk to them in person. You just kind of have to forgive them from afar. So Bliss, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Bliss, and I'm excited for this podcast. It's going to be hard, but good.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So, Blistifer.
Yes, ma'am.
I have known you for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't known your story for a very long time.
Yeah.
But I have known you for a very long time. And from the outside looking in, I would never guess your story. You keep a very good composure.
Try to.
You keep a very good person. So I commend you for that. But I also know, now knowing your story, it must be hard to keep it all together.
For sure.
All the time.
Yeah. It can be really difficult. Just, growing up in a very odd living situation and always feeling like I had to pretend like I was good,
Yeah.
on the outside was hard. And so,
The air turns on.
yeah, I mean, it was difficult for sure. I felt like I was like one person outside of the house and then another person inside the house a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To really kick us off.
Yeah.
Can you just take us back to what life was like when you were younger,
Yeah.
living in that house?
Okay, well, let's get some backstory. Let's just go through the timeline.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So,
give me a timeline.
I was born.
Period.
Queen. Dad was not in the picture, so I've
Mhm.
never met my dad. But my mom had me, and then my stepdad came into my life, and they had me until I was about 2 years old. And then the living situation just wasn't healthy for any child, really. It was very dirty. I don't honestly know the extent, but enough to where, like, they couldn't take care of me. So, my aunt and uncle then took me in. And that's who I call my mom and my dad. So if I refer to them like that, that's why they raised me. I'm very, very grateful for that house. But there still was things there that weren't always perfect. But that no house is perfect. And then growing up, I would go back and forth between my house and then my parents' house. So I'd be at my house throughout the whole week. So I would go to school. And then usually every weekend or every other weekend, I would go visit my parents, and then my sisters also lived there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like two different worlds.
Yeah.
Very, very drastically different. My house I had two older cousins,
Mm-hmm.
and I was the youngest there, and so I had to be the youngest role. But then it was hard, I had older siblings, much older, and so it was like, we all stayed in line, we all did our thing, and that was it. We didn't really coexist a lot. And then, but
You
it was,
do your thing, I do my thing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then my parents' house was back and forth a lot. It was, good sometimes when they were both doing good, but also really bad because both of them struggled with addiction.
Yeah.
They had split up at one point, got back together, had my youngest sister, then they got divorced, and it was a really messy divorce, and just a lot of, it was very unclean. It was disgusting, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they hoarders? Or were they?
Yeah, I would say they were
kind of?
hoarders, but also they just never cleaned, ever.
Ah.
And so a big thing of my job, I felt like it was my job at least, was to, like, put everything together while I was there.
Mm-hmm.
On the weekends. And so I would clean like the whole weekend, and it was so gross. And then it would just go back, and it was really cool. But yeah, a big role there was for me was being the older sister and kind of like making sure my sisters were okay.
Yeah.
Because I knew I had to leave and go back to my house. And so it was a very toxic environment. Even when my parents divorced, they were still in and out of each other's lives a lot, especially my mom, who was, the second they got divorced, was homeless, you know, struggling with addiction. And my dad was an alcoholic, struggling with addiction and depression. And so it was a little bit of a hot mess, pretty much always.
Yeah.
So
did your aunt and uncle who you were living with, did they know the extent? Did your older siblings know the extent of what was going on?
They did. And there was a few times. I tried not to do it a lot just because, I don't know, didn't want to like feel like a burden. But that I had called my mom and I was like, I can't stay here. I need you to come pick me up. And that happened only a few times over my life. But once I got to a point where I could like drive, I just stopped going over as much. But my parents knew. It just was part of the legal, you know, a guardianship agreement was that there was visitations.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they knew the extent, but they couldn't really do anything.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Your younger sisters, were they, I guess what I should ask first is like with your parents, were they cognitive for like when you guys were there, or were they strung out? Were they like drunk?
It just really depended on, there were so many factors. Like if they were fighting, you know, if they were fighting, usually my dad was drunk. And then my mom, it was hard because like growing up, I never really noticed necessarily. Like I just always thought that she was just kind of like, just weird, you know, odd.
Yeah.
But like looking back, I'm like, oh no, she was high.
Right.
Like that makes
There's
a lot more
purpose.
sense now. Yeah. But as I got older, she would sleep a lot.
Yeah.
And would just be doing very weird things at weird times of day. And especially towards like the end of their marriage. And then especially once they got divorced, but we're still like co-living.
Yeah.
That's when it was like not good. And there was several times that I would go over for my dad when it was just him and he'd be like passed out. Yeah. So.
And your little sisters were living full time in that house?
Yeah.
Do they remember?
Oh yeah.
Like they remember all of that?
Yeah. They do. And it's so hard because like even like in therapy we talk about how, especially with the fact, well, we'll get to it later, but like the fact that my sisters live with me is like my childhood over again in a way. But it was just a different experience. Like even talking with my younger sister, she was there and she knows like things were happening.
Right.
But she's like, I just was never home. I would just go out and play the whole time. And so like my experience, yes, I knew it was bad, isn't the same as yours because you were older and you saw more things and you like you knew more things. And so it was different. And then my other sister, like it's like such a bittersweet thing, but you know, is special needs and autistic and has mental delays. And so she's just never fully seen, like she just doesn't understand.
Yeah.
And like part of me like sometimes gets mad at that. I'm like, I wish you would know how like bad it was.
Right.
But like also there's beauty in that.
Yeah. There's beauty in ignorance sometimes.
Yeah. So like she was aware, but she also just kind of kept to herself and kept in her room pretty much always. So.
Do you remember any good time in that house? Are there good memories there for you? Or are they all?
Yeah. I mean, there's some good things. They always threw my birthday parties and they were always fun. Like that was always a good time. And the apartment, they would actually clean for that. And so that was cool. But a thing I really struggle with now is like, because I know that they struggled so much with addiction, like I associate fun times with them being drunk or high. Like when they were fun is when they were
Right.
doing stuff. There was a weird period, like right when they got back together the first time, and my youngest sister was born. Like it was pretty solid. They got married. It was good. Like there was talks about me moving back in with them.
Oh wow.
And like that was a lot. I didn't want to, even though it was like better at that time.
Yeah.
And then thank God I didn't because then it went downhill. But
it always hits the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it always hits the fan.
They were good times. Like it wasn't always horrible, but I feel like the bad outweighs the good. And so sometimes it's hard to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into you take care of your sisters.
Yeah.
And so something about Bliss that I've known for so long is you and your husband. Love you guys. Which we actually will get to talk to Bliss's husband soon.
So cool.
Which is exciting. But you guys have been together for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so did he also know everything that was going on? Like he knew everything?
Yeah, he knew everything. That was like I would say even early into our relationship, that was a very big thing where I was like, it's not good. And I think I never like fully said it, but he always knew like there was a good chance that we would have to do something at some point.
Mm-hmm.
We just didn't know when that was going to be. So, and it was like, even when my sisters did come into the picture, I was the one that was like, no, we can't do this. Like we just got married. Like that's not going to be healthy for us. And I was all against it. Not fully against it. I knew that it was the best option. But he was like, this is what we have to do. Like, we're going to do it and it's going to be okay. So, but he grew up with it too. Yeah. Because we were together for so long, you know, it helped the fact that it wasn't like he was going in blind. So.
Yeah. When you were that transition of like not being a kid anymore and being an adult and like making your own life for yourself.
Yeah.
Were you fighting kind of like for freedom away from what you were growing up in? Like I want to make a life that's different.
Yeah, 100%. That was like, even like in choosing Roberto as my husband, that was huge. Again, not that any parent is perfect, but like I had examples of a husband in my life and I didn't like them.
Yeah.
I was like, I want better than this for me. And that was really important. So like a big one of those things was someone that was God-fearing. And I didn't really have that with either of my dads. And that was really important to me. So that was automatically like top of my list. I was like, I need someone that's going to be also a follower of Jesus. Like that was crucial.
For sure.
I don't even remember the question now.
That's okay.
The things I was looking for, right?
Yeah. I also was like, wait, what was the question?
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like there was a lot of things that I was trying to do differently.
Yeah.
And be different in. Because I didn't want that for myself, but also for my kids in the future.
How old were you when your sisters moved in? How old were you?
I was, let's see. I got married at 20.
Period.
And then I must have been 21.
Like 21 when they moved in.
Yeah. We had been married a year. And I graduated at 21 and then turned 22 like right after graduation for college.
Yes.
That sounds right. So I think I was about to be 22.
I say yes, like I lived.
Yeah, you were there.
I was
sure.
there.
100%.
No, I was there. I think I was going to ask you next. Oh, the transition. Like that transition of building your life with your husband. I mean, you don't expect that you're going to raise your siblings in the same house again. So that transition of, oh, this is happening.
Yeah.
That must have been so like a push and pull.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't want to do this, but also this needs to happen.
Yeah. It was definitely a grieving process. Obviously the hard side was like, it was like my situation all over again. and like having to be in someone else's house, knowing like my parents messed up and they failed essentially.
Yeah.
And that was a whole thing. But then also like Roberto and I were living in a 1-bedroom apartment at the time, and we're like, well, this isn't gonna work. And I remember a weekend we took them. Nothing was official yet, but like we had a good feeling it was going to be happening. My dad was like, it's probably going to be happening, we just don't know when.
Right.
And my sisters were coming over. Like, I tried having them over as much as I could because how bad the house was.
Yeah.
And how bad he was. I was like, they were over pretty much like every weekend for like a few months even before they even moved in with us. And we took them one weekend. We didn't tell them why we were looking at new apartments. Because, again, we didn't know for sure.
Right.
But, like, I wanted their opinion.
Yeah.
On where we were going to live, potentially.
Right.
And so we had taken them to look at apartments. And, like, it was, like, so bittersweet. Because it was, like, cool because we got to choose one together.
Yeah.
But they had no idea.
Right.
What was happening and why we were doing that. And so even, like, that was hard. You know, we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment for a week all together. With one bathroom, and that was fun. And then it was cool though, because then we got to all move into an apartment that was fresh for all of us. It was new for all of us. So it was like a new start. Still really hard, but
yeah,
a lot of adjustments for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Having to figure out school and legal stuff and all those things was hard. And I was student teaching.
Oh my gosh. Yes,
doing that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That you
so
were
that was
doing
cool.
all that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I was making no money either. I was working a little bit at the church, but like not a lot.
No, you work at the church because you love God.
Yeah. It's not for the money.
Yeah. No, it's not for the money.
I was like down in my hours because I was student teaching. I was
Yeah.
like, I definitely was not making money at that point.
I know. Like doing school now and working here, like
Yeah.
I'm really glad I don't have a set amount of hours, but at the same time I'm like,
Yes.
this is hard to keep up with the hours that I want to work.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
For sure.
So, I mean, when I was going to therapy, I remember my therapist saying all the traumatic things that you go through. I mean, and I'm sure your therapist has talked to you about it. Like it has such an effect on you and your daily life and
Girl.
on your daily life and just your emotions and the way you walk through life. And so that experience that you had, how do you think it's affected you in that way? The way that you live your life now?
Like therapy?
No, like your experience with your mom and your home life.
Oh, yeah.
What'd that do to you?
Oh, messed me up.
What'd that do to you, Bliss?
Just kidding. I mean, it did. It did to an extent. You know, it was... I don't know. You know, like... you kind of just, like, learn to be okay with it. Which is, like, hard to fully grasp. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to, like... trying to find the right words. Let's see.
That's okay. You take your time. ASMR.
Okay. Question was how
did it affect you? What did it do to you?
Okay.
Because you're going to therapy.
I do go to therapy.
Yeah. You won't go to therapy if there's nothing going on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, some things that, like, has come out of it is, you know, feelings of codependency. With that. And that's something I've had to work through. There's a lot of struggle with being childlike and being fun for me. Again, something that I'm trying to work on, but it's hard to, like, be goofy because I just associate it with bad things. I struggle with being around people or myself, you know, drinking. That's really hard for me.
I would, yeah.
So, like, even when, I mean, I'm pregnant, but, like, even when I am not pregnant, like, I barely drink. And, like, Roberto never drinks. And so, that's, like, a big thing, like, a triggering point for me. There's a lot of just, like, feelings of you know, feeling like I had to be the stable person for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
In like all areas of my life. And like, I would say most of my friends would agree with this, but like, I'm usually like the mom of the group.
You're
Because
so
like
used to it.
I've had to be.
Yeah.
Always.
Just that role that you just
Yeah.
naturally take on.
Yeah. And so not always fun. It's kind of lame sometimes, but that's just what I've always felt like I had to do. And there was this book that I read. It was called Adult Children of Alcoholic Parents. And it was like super eye-opening as to like, you know, why we are certain ways. And like one of those things for me was being a people pleaser, which is like such like a common thing.
Yeah.
With that, you know, like having like feeling like I had to be a high achiever. There's like so many sides to people with parents or family members of addiction where, you know, some people take it the extreme of like, I have to do everything perfectly then, or I have to, you know, get attention somehow.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's positively or that's negatively. Personally for me, it was more, I try to like just do everything right, which is exhausting.
That is very exhausting.
But there's so many different like ways, and I like never realized it until I read the book of like how much it truly affects you, just like being in such a like an unstable environment.
Yeah.
So
I think like hindsight is 20/20
for sure.
I remember my mom had said to me one time of like, it affects you in ways that you don't realize that it has affected you.
Oh yeah.
And it's not like you said until, because everyone is so different. The way that you react to things or handle things, it's not linear for every person. No one, like two people are really the same.
Yeah.
Can have certain things that are the same, but not every experience or like the way you, it affects you or you handle it are the same.
Yeah.
And I think it's not until you like hear someone or read something where it's like, yeah, this is what it does, or this is what it was like for me. And you're like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh,
for
that's
sure.
me.
Ooh. I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
No.
No, it's eye-opening.
Yeah. No, it is truly crazy how much it like affects you in so many ways.
It does.
Yeah.
Now that you have your sisters living with you, you are not only dealing with your emotions with the trauma, you know, the trauma you experienced, but now you're dealing with the trauma that your sisters have experienced.
Yeah.
So now you have taken on the parent role your entire life. Is it different now that they live with you, or is it kind of just you feel the same, or is it magnified?
It's different a little bit. I feel like there are moments where it's hard because like I couldn't always do the parent thing. Like there were times where my like parents would get upset that I was doing that. Because they're like, well, I'm the parent. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, for sure. But like, you're not parenting.
For sure. But like, where's the parent?
Yeah. I'm like, they need discipline.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
it's okay.
And you're not doing it.
And so now that I'm like able to do what I want to do, it's nice because I feel like I'm giving them what they should have gotten. Like they deserved.
Yeah.
Way earlier. Like even like, I know it sounds like so like, I don't know. Weird, but even just like, I don't know, just, I don't know the right way to explain it. Like.
That's not weird.
Like, I'm trying to think of the word. I don't know. It feels lame, but like, discipline, for example, like, discipline isn't just like you hit your kid. Like, that's not discipline. Discipline is like just being like, hey, like what we did is not, it's not the way we should do it, you know? Like that's not okay. And like, how do we reteach? That's been the hardest thing, honestly, is just like trying to break down what they had grown up knowing and trying to build it up in a way that, you know, like we feel like is going to benefit them in the long run.
Yeah. And
there's resistance to that. But like the wins are when you see like, oh, they actually learned it, you know, and that's so cool. And like it is going to help them, and we know that it will help them. But I mean, it is still hard. I feel like my youngest sister, like I definitely played more of the mom role most of her life. But I mean, it's still an adjustment. It's hard because it's like I want to be their sister, but I can't always be their sister.
That is hard.
So
I know you touched on it a little bit about now you're reliving your trauma because now it's not just your trauma. It's also your sister's trauma that you're now living with. And so now you're experiencing a whole different thing because you're the parent and you're kind of reliving the trauma over again.
Yeah.
And so can you kind of break that down to me? Like what is like how is that? What is that like?
Yeah. It's hard because a lot of the times I find myself projecting my hurts that I never processed, and they may not experience it the same way. And that is still something that I'm trying to like focus on. And it's hard with my sister, you know, with special needs because she just doesn't understand fully everything. Yeah. But my other sister, like I'll ask her like, hey, is this how you experience this or is it just me? Because I don't know.
Right.
And
like, is this how you feel about this? Or?
Yeah. And we had like a whole sit down conversation and it was really eye-opening to like realize how much of the things she either never like saw or understood, or she did understand, but we just have totally different perspectives on it. And so, but it does make it less hard. So like, I feel like the trauma part of it where we can relate is, you know, we're all have gone through leaving our house. Yeah. And leaving our parents. But then still kind of seeing them. And then it's like, okay, but like what's happening? Like, I don't get why they're not getting their stuff together. Yeah. And then, you know, the struggle of having parents of addiction. Like we all relate to that. But again, it's like our experiences can be so different. I think my perspective now, it's like I grieve for them a lot.
Yeah, I would imagine that, yeah.
And so, I don't know, it's hard because, again, I don't know to the extent that they feel everything, but, like, I feel like it makes me want to try my hardest, obviously, to provide, like, the best home I possibly can for them. Yeah. But then it's hard because it's like I get into the mindset of, like, well, it needs to be better. It needs to be like this and like that. And then I'm like, well, I'm also 24 years old and like, that's not realistic.
Like, I mean, you and Roberto, realistically, like 24-year-old timeline should just be figuring it out. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like you now have to, like this feeling of I should have it figured out. Yeah. Because it's not just me or just me and my husband. It's me and my sisters who are kids.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very weird. And like, because they're teenagers, even more so, I'm like, I feel like I'm in like my late 30s because that's how old you should be if you have teens. And it's like, well, it's not that way actually. Right. But yeah. So there's just, I think a lot of trauma as far as like my own stuff resurfacing, but like having never dealt with it. And so now I'm like having to double like grieve my trauma that happened. Yeah. But like now as the parent side of it, it's like, there's a lot more anger now. Yeah. A lot more frustration as to like, well, I'm doing it. Like, why can't you do it? Right. But I don't get it. And it's still something I'm trying to like process.
Where are your parents now?
My dad lives with a friend. Mm-hmm. He is doing a lot better. I mean, there was a period he was living in his van and that was where he was living. But he is living in like a good place now. And it's working at Sprouts. And then my mom is completely homeless. Like she lives in a park. And that's the extent that I know of with her. I know like the location of it, but that's it. That's all I know.
So you have no contact with her?
No. She'll text me every now and then because she'll remember my number, but it's always from a different phone number. And it's like always, I only have 5 minutes to text you. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Cool.
Sick.
Yeah. Love.
So, but like the last time I talked to her was May, and it's October now. Yeah. And it was a 5-minute conversation, and that was it. And then before that, I hadn't seen her or talked to her since we got guardianship. and that was October of last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's already been a year.
Yeah, it's been a whole year.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, with that process of healing from trauma, one of the biggest things that my therapist had told me was I needed to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, God calls us to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
Unforgiveness is a sin.
Yeah.
But I mean, forgiveness is easier said than done.
Uh-huh.
And I remember my therapist had told me that I needed to forgive my dad. I needed to, because I'm a bottler.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a bottler?
Oh, 100%.
I bottle everything.
Yeah.
And nothing gets solved,
Mm-hmm.
which sucks. But nothing gets solved. And so my therapist told me to write a letter to my dad. Even though I see my dad, we can't have the conversation I want to have because it's not going to turn out the way I want it to.
Yeah.
And so write a letter to that parent and like really think like you're going to give it to them and say everything it is that you wish you could say to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that you had done that. And I reread it today and it makes me cry because it is so real and it is so raw. And so now sitting in this journey of forgiveness and moving forward, what has that been like for you? Because you don't talk to your mom anymore.
Yeah. I think I've had to just get to a point of just being okay with what it is. Like, I can't want more from her. I can't get what I need from her.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's easier to just let go of her than it is to just hold on to resentment and to, just, I guess, like, try to have expectations of her that will never be met.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, it's forgiveness is still something I'm like, I have to do every day.
Yeah.
But it's, for her, it was more of like I had to, I know I use the word grieve a lot, but it's like, it really is a lot of grieving.
Yeah.
She's not dead, but she's not here.
Yeah.
And, I've had to, like, just be okay with the fact that, like, she's not going to be what I need.
Yeah.
And, like, I can't do anything about that. She can't do anything. And, like, she's just so far gone in her addiction.
Yeah.
Which is so sad. And, like, I think more than anything.
I'm so sorry I would offer you tissues. We have no tissues.
It's okay.
We can't afford tissues on the set.
Okay. No tissues. I think I kind of have to grieve her like she's dead.
Yeah.
Because it feels easier.
Yeah.
And so, kind of with that, it's like, if someone were to die, you don't necessarily get closure like you would want.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, okay. Forgiveness or unforgiveness just hurts me. Like, she'll have no idea if I forgive her, if I didn't.
Yeah.
But, like, she can't do anything at this point. And so it was more of her, like, not being able to hold the power over me.
Yeah. That
she wasn't even doing. I don't know. It was just like I was putting this pressure on her that she never knew. And so I'm like, well, it's taking up space for me.
Yeah.
That is not worth it. And so, again, process of forgiveness is just, it takes a lot, but I think kind of with that, there's a lot of peace in it.
Mm-hmm.
And just being okay with, like, it is what it is.
Yeah. There's something so incredibly devastating in mourning the loss of a relationship of like what once was or something you wish it was.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying, like with death, they're gone.
Yeah, it's final.
I can't have a relationship with you anymore because you're gone.
Yeah.
But it would be different, like that they're not dead.
Yeah.
And it's different in that way.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we can't have a relationship because it's a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice that we can't have this.
Yeah.
Something we can't. It's a choice.
For sure. And it's like hard because it's like I have to remind myself, I'm like, she's choosing this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right? She's an adult. She's choosing it. And I'm just going to choose not to do that.
Yeah.
It's like everyone has choices in life. It's just a matter of what you choose. So.
What was the turning point for you of like, I need to forgive her? When did you realize you needed to do that?
I think a big thing for me was when Roberto and I knew we wanted to start trying for kids. And I was like, I don't want to go into being a mom. And even with my sisters, like, I don't want to go into this.
Yeah.
Just so mad.
Right.
And so just bitter. Even though I know I still am, and there's times where I need to like check myself. But especially with the fact that like now being pregnant and like having a daughter, I'm like, I just don't want that for her. And so like if I can show her like as good as I can be for her, like that's what's important. And for me to be my best meant I needed to heal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
In your letter that you wrote,
Mm-hmm.
there's a part, the ending, is like, I hope you miss me, because I miss you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think, and then you also talk about, like, I pray for you, you know. I pray that the things will get better, you know. And so, sitting in it, I mean, now that we're talking, like, you haven't spoken to your mom.
Yeah.
Hasn't gotten better.
Yeah.
Have you ever been angry with God? Or been like, why the deliverance and, like, the restoration, where is it, you know?
I haven't ever been angry with God at this, because every person has free will. Every person has the choice to either make good decisions or not make good decisions.
Yeah. And
I know God can heal, but she also has to be willing, you know, like,
yeah.
Again, and I'm not God, so
Yeah.
who am I to know
who
what
am
to
I,
do?
Man? Yeah, I don't know.
But like ultimately, she has the choice.
Yeah.
Like, it's up to her. So I thankfully, like, yeah, I've never felt mad at him for it, because I just have always associated it with like, no, I mean, like, this is sin. This is, you know, that's what's wrong with this world. That's why we need Jesus, and she's unfortunately turned away from Jesus, and it's like, you know, I can't control that. And I know, like, God can move in so many crazy ways, but like, his timing is not my timing.
Right.
And if that's something that he wants to do in her life, like, let it be. But if not, then that's not up to me.
Yeah. Well, you were pregnant. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
I am.
Little girl.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, hey. How are you doing now? How would you say you're doing now with everything?
I think being pregnant, and again, the fact that I'm having a girl, there's a lot of things I'm really excited for to be able to do for her that I didn't get.
Yeah.
And even just like a big thing I've talked about a lot in therapy is just like the feeling of having to grow up super quick and like not playing, even though like playing like I don't know, it sounds like,
no, kids,
it's so
play.
important.
Yeah.
It's so
That's
important.
why we have recess.
Yes, it is so important
kids
for
need to play.
Kids to play. And so just like even to be able to have a reason to just be silly and to be goofy, like, my therapist told me, she's like, there's a lot of things that you won't be able to heal from until you have a kid. And like, I didn't really understand that at first, because I was like, but like I need to heal all the way now before I have the kid. Like I need to be good.
Right,
Totally.
because I'm bringing a person into this world.
Yeah, like I don't want to be jacked up.
Yeah.
But like, you know, there's certain things you can't do until you have to do it, you know, like even playing, it's like, well, you know, it's probably not acceptable for me to go into like a little kid's playground at McDonald's. I mean it could be, you know, whatever, but like I would probably get looks. But if I have a kid,
it's acceptable.
It's acceptable.
Yeah. It's not a crime.
It's not a crime. Yeah. I have a kid here. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's some places you can't go into unless you have a kid. So it's like,
right.
It's kind of like
excuse.
Forces you to do it.
Yeah.
And even like force is like not the right term, but like if I want that for her, then I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone.
Right.
And so I would say like with therapy, there's a lot of things that are scary because I'm like, I still have so much I need to work through, I feel like.
Yeah.
But also I'm so excited to see myself the way I could have been. In a way.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And just to be like,
what could have been.
Yeah. I'm so interested to see how she's going to be. Obviously not going to be perfect all the time, but like trying our best to model God in everything we do.
Yeah.
To be, you know, open to being goofy and to being silly and to being a kid.
Yeah. And there not being like implications about it.
Yeah.
It's like
it's like
genuine.
normal.
Yeah.
Oh, she's screaming. Oh, she's having fun. Like it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a mixture of like hope, but then also like, you know, processing. Okay, this is not what I got, and so there's a lot of excitement for sure. I'd say more than anything, I'm super excited, and even just like I tell Roberto this all the time, but like to have a dad like him makes me so excited.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
He's just a goofy guy and he loves Jesus and he's just a good person. And so just even that, like I see these videos and of course your Instagram reels hit you.
Oh, they'll call you out. My TikTok feed calls me out all the time.
Yeah. And just seeing like things of like, especially the daughters, like feeling like my dad's my favorite person.
I hate those TikToks.
I'm like,
I hate those reels so much.
Yeah.
Like, it's so annoying.
It is. Me. But I'm just like, she's going to get that.
Yeah.
And that's so cool. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I like him. He's kind of cool.
He's all right.
He's cool, dude.
He's all right. Well, I want to say, I've known you guys for a really long time. Like I said in the beginning, I haven't known your story as long as I've known you, but getting to be a part of your guys' lives now, I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
You guys are doing amazing things, and I know, like, you know, you can be hard on yourself and he can be hard on himself, but you're doing great things for your sisters, and you're giving them the safe place that they didn't have before.
Yeah.
And now with your daughter on the way, I can't wait to see you guys as parents.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. You're going to be the best parents.
Thank you.
Have, like, best mom mug.
Hey. I'm going to get that. Yeah. I'm super excited. And thank you.
I'm so excited for you guys. Well, that was I love talking about parents, parenting your parent, parenting your siblings, living with parents who have addiction, super tough, and how we move forward, because forgiveness is necessary, unfortunately. Yeah. Even though you can forgive and the wound is still there and it gets picked at every once in a while, we still choose forgiveness. So thank you for talking with me. Thank you for sharing your story with me.
Yeah, of course. Are
there any final thoughts? Anything you would like to share with someone who may be struggling with the same thing?
I mean, just put your trust in God. Is there's no way we would have gotten through what we went through if we didn't trust that he had us.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you don't already believe in Jesus, I would encourage you to try a church or try, you know, getting into community, if anything. But also, like, I've seen time and time again how much he has blessed us because of our obedience.
Yeah.
And none of this would have been possible. Like, no healing would have been possible. No forgiveness. We're even just, like, the current place, like, we have a house and we have a kid, and like we're doing pretty well for
doing
ourselves.
The big things. Yeah, doing the big things.
But, like, it's not just because we've done it ourselves. And so trusting God is, I would say, bottom line for everything. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you guys for listening to the God's Honest Truth podcast. As a reminder, you guys are not alone. And so I hope that Bliss's story makes you feel less alone. So please tune in next time. We'll have probably Roberto's husband, or what?
Yeah.
Bliss's husband
of
on the podcast. So bye, guys.